It's a conflict of interest for politicians to do this, but I wanted to mention some numbers because I think that resonates with people. And we talk about this being a one-party rule in a very blue state, but I would like to just do a few percentages and a few statistics to say it's much more purple than people think. So right now in the House of Representatives and the Senate, Democrats make up about 61% of the legislative body. Okay, but in 2018 in the governor race, the governor won with only 50.1% of the vote. Okay. And then as recently as 2016, a Republican won a statewide office with 47% of the vote for Secretary of State. So you can just look at some of those numbers to say, if you look at the statewide races, they're very close to 50%. And then you look at the legislative and how that's made up, and you're looking at 61% of the legislative body. And it leaves it open to the possibility of gerrymandering more than any other time. In fact, Axios just reported just a few days ago that it ranked Oregon as a high risk for election maps being rigged for partisan gain. And we're the only state on the West Coast that's not at a minimal or the lowest risk rating. I'll point out that both Washington and California have processes for independent nonpartisan commissions.
What, seriously?
Really? Yes.
So both Washington and California already do this?
Yes. And Idaho. There's 26 states in the nation that already do this.
So why? This is unbelievable. So we still, I mean, no offense, I know you're both legislators, and so I'm going to pick on you. You're both politicians, but I don't trust anybody to draw my lines for me if it's going to be like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want that responsibility. I wouldn't want that to look like that, because that just
means you're a common sense Oregonian. I mean, what you're saying is what everybody should say. Mm-hmm. Everybody in Oregon right now should say, we don't want our politicians drawing these lines. That we would rather entrust this to an independent, nonpartisan commission. So what you're saying is absolutely true. The challenge for us is going to be, because they weren't able to get onto the ballot because of COVID, we're in this process where we're saying, let's do the right thing right now. This should be a bipartisan bill moving forward. The leadership on the Democrat side of the aisle should embrace this opportunity to restore trust in our elections. For those folks that might feel faltering right now, we're in kind of some tough spot right now as far as, people's trust in our ability to govern well together. Let's clean the slate. Let's go with a nonpartisan independent commission. Let's do it together.
So what would that take to do that? So in terms of
it would take political pressure, my friends.